I call the member for Moranny.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. I rise tonight to support the Crisafulli Government's first budget. A budget for all Queenslanders, especially those of us who live, work and raise families in the regions. This budget begins the task of rebuilding Queensland and restoring trust that was lost in communities like mine, where Labor spent years turning a blind eye. Mr Speaker, for nearly a decade, the electorate of Moranny was ignored, forgotten and taken for granted. Plenty of spin, plenty of stunts, but no outcomes. And let me tell you, you can't fake it in Moranny. You've got to show up, plan ahead, roll up your sleeves and get things done. In just 8 months, the Crisafulli Government has done more for Moranny than Labor managed in 10 years. Now we've still got a long way to go, but our people haven't given up. They're still showing up, rain, hail or shine, because that's how we do things in Moranny. We're head down, soul of the earth types, the kind of people who keep this state running, quietly, reliably and without the fuss. Mr Speaker, Moranny has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the state at just 2.2%. Mackay sits on 6.4% and Rocky sits on 5.7%, which we punch well above our weight. We grow the food, we mine the minerals, we power the grid and we do whatever we have to do without any dramas. But we've been overlooked for too long, and that's why this budget matters. It's not just a turning point, it's proof that someone's finally listening. Take Stanwell Power Station for an example, my old stomping ground. I spent 16 years working there, alongside locals who helped keep the lights on across Queensland. Now through the $1 billion electricity maintenance guarantee, this budget delivers vital upgrades and overhauls to Stanwell, supporting jobs and energy security for our state. Then there's $30,000 for the Serena Progress Association to fund a feasibility study for upgrades at the Serena Swimming Centre. It might not sound like much, but it's already brought Mackay Regional Council to the table, finally giving Serena the same support other pools get. That's what happens when government backs local ideas. Same story in Mount Morgan. This budget includes $50,000 for a tourism feasibility study. That's a town that's been crying out for help for many a year. While we work to reopen the mine, we also need to back new industries, and this funding helps to do just that. Mr Speaker, I have to celebrate the $4.5 million going towards our Beef Week 2027. As a grazier, I know firsthand how much Beef Week means to our region, not just for the cattle industry, but for jobs, tourism and regional pride. I look forward to welcoming you all to the beef capital in 2027. This budget also backs grassroots sport through the Games On Legacy Fund. We're delivering $3.125 million to the Western Suburbs Rugby League Club. Go the mighty West Tigers. New fields, new change rooms, 4 multi-purpose courts, and once-in-a-generation upgrade not just for rugby league, but for the netball, basketball, volleyball and more. And well done to Kingsley Thurber and the team at West. They had the vision. We're helping bringing that to life for those guys up there. And Mr Speaker, many people in Moranny choose to live here for the lifestyle, and fishing is a big part of that. That's why the budget included $500,000 to upgrade the Inkerman boat ramp, improving safety and access for locals and visitors alike. Mr Speaker, as I get around the electorate and speak with the locals, one thing is crystal clear. Families are doing it tough. Whether it's groceries, uniforms, sporting fees, the pressure is real. The LNP government is backing families and delivering real relief with a $200 play on sports vouchers, a $100 back to school boost and free kindy health checks. And that's real practical support. But families have also told me about run-down schools, maintenance issues left unattended for too long. Labor left regional schools on the back burner. But this budget delivers upgrades to Alligator Creek, Finch Hatton, Homebush, Marion, Marmore and St Lawrence State Schools. These are the places where our kids learn, grow and build friendships. They deserve nothing less. And Mr Speaker, keeping our communities safe is the #1 concern for Queenslanders. And after years of soft on crime policies, people have felt it in their streets, their homes and their businesses. The Making Queensland Safer laws are starting to turn things around, restoring order and rebuilding public confidence. We still got a lot of work to do, and that's why I welcome the 1,600 new police recruits, including 7 for Rocky, 5 for Mackay and 1 for Serena, which is fantastic. We're also investing $147 million in new frontline police equipment, including upgraded body-worn cameras and new tasers. And we're not just cracking down, we're acting early. This budget delivers $560 million for the early intervention and rehabilitation programs, because stopping crime before it starts is how we build safer communities. Mr Speaker, we know that strong health and housing are just important to our community safety. This budget delivers major investments in both Rockhampton and Mackay hospitals, including $36.9 million for a new cardiac hybrid theatre in Rocky, $91.9 million to expand the mental health ward, and $2.2 million for a youth mental health facility, and 128 plus new beds and car park for the Mackay Hospital. We're also backing grassroots mental health, like the walk-in Talk Men's Hub in Rockhampton, funded with $200,000. And Mr Speaker, we're finally addressing the housing shortage. This budget delivers 147 new homes in Central Queensland, 110 homes in Mackay and Whitsundays, $1 million for Chances Mackay to support vulnerable Queenslanders, and $5.2 million for Vinnie's to build a housing support hub. We're also investing in frontline working housing for teachers, nurses and police. In towns like Serena, this can't come soon enough. Our schools are struggling with workforce shortages, not because people don't want to come, it's because we've got nowhere to house them. It's the same story for police. Recruiting, but they got nowhere to move into as well. This budget starts to fix that, and I'll keep fighting to make sure it goes further. And Mr Speaker, this budget delivers where it's needed most, on our roads. Out here, roads aren't just a black top, they're lifelines. I've seen it firsthand. A single flood can cut off a road to a community for weeks. There's no easy detour when you have to travel 2 hours from the next town. That's why the Country Road Connect matters. From Bruce Highway upgrades to remote road repairs, this budget backs the roads that keep Queensland moving. Because the Bruce isn't just a highway, it's the thread that ties the state together. And finally, Mr Speaker, I want to acknowledge what's not in this budget. The $36 million Pioneer Bertigan pumped hydro project scrapped. It didn't stack up financially, environmentally or socially. There was no consultation, no respect. The people of Yungala were treated appallingly by the former government. But we've made it right. The Premier and I stood in Yungala and told the community this project is off the table. And to the people of Yungala, thank you. You stood your ground, you stuck together and you got the result you deserved. And even though there's still there's cleaning up for the mess caused by this Labor chaos. Mr Speaker, this is a budget that restores trust, delivers outcomes and puts people first. It shows what happens when governments listen to the regions and backs us in. And the Speaker has reviewed and approved the remainder of my speech on the budget for incorporation. As such, I ask that the remainder of my speech is incorporated into the record of proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Member.